Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, although not in game tonight. We are here once again with Exceed Racing Formula 1, but not the Formula 1 that you have become accustomed to. We are waiting for overtime to finish in the practice session, but next will come possibly the loudest qualifying session that you've heard for quite a while. And I guarantee that I will be here every step of the way and every corner, capturing as much as we possibly can of the Exceed Racing action, just waiting for the timer to count down. We take this opportunity very quickly to say, if you are watching the video live, please do pop a message of support in for whoever you are backing tonight, or just generally tell me that I've missed bits and pieces and that I should do better. And into qualifying we go. And the noises become a little bit higher pitched than we're used to. As the noises, the sounds rise, let's have a look at who we have on track tonight. Edin Hasanagic is first out of the pits, I think, as well. Edin in the combox last time out. Very eager when he discovered how much fun these 2013 cars were to jump in and have a go himself. And as it turns out, he's pretty good behind the wheel as well. Over the rise. If you haven't guessed already, we are at the incredible Mugello circuit in the Italian countryside, visiting for another casual race. Casual in some senses of the word, let's say. We're still in the development stage of this season and getting everything up and going. Let's ride along with Edin Hasanagic. I will get these names right. As he comes through the first sector, I am not going to be able to pronounce any of these names. But through the second set of S's, he keeps it nice and tidy. Now, the most rewarding part of the circuit, downhill, right, left through Casanova and Savelli, through Ariabata 1 and 2, keep the car flat, and then straighten up as soon as you can, get the car all under control for the braking zone. At Scarperia, another flat off camber. Right-hander to negotiate. No wonder the drivers love this so much. Another quick left-right through Biondetti. And then down to the final corner at Bucine. Holds it out a little wide and then tucks it in towards the apex. Runs out down the middle of the track, actually. Not using as much of the track as he could. But we'll come across the line with a 121.767 to open up proceedings. That's a very, very quick lap of the circuit. Just to show you just how fast that is. Well, immediately undermined by the blue and black car of Mirko Lesko, going to the top with a 120.887. Where are the other drivers around at the moment? Slammer circulating in a lovely orange. Did a unrepresentative lap time, getting his tyres up to temperature, I would suggest. Running in clear at the moment. How does... Is this a problem or is this warming up to a lap? It might be warming up to a lap, you know. He steps on the loud pedal. Oh, and into the pits. Sergio Mario in the red and yellow has also done a very slow lap. I feel like these may be causes of accidents, but of course, you can't escape to the pits according to the rules in this league. And into the pits he goes as well, yeah. So it's one lap wonders, it looks like, for all of these drivers. Tyres are not lasting in the way that we would think so. Matamoros coming through the final sector. Some of the drivers haven't set a respective lap time yet, so there is pace to be made. Matamoros will go around for another lap. Brings himself up to the back of the 4th place where he is at the moment. But no further for the time being. Oh, and a big slide through turn 1. That explains why the other drivers were dropping to the pits. It seems as though these tyres can only handle just the one lap under pressure. We need to get this audio config sorted out because we aren't hearing these cars anywhere near enough. See if that does anything better. There we go. This is Formula 1 how it should be. Across the line to start a new lap comes Hasanagic. Down into turn 1 again. See if he can improve on his previous best. 1:21.767 is as fast as he's been so far. Mirko Lesko with that 1:20.8 is the man to beat at the moment. Sergio Mario is out on the track as well. He might be an interesting man to watch, as well as Steven Verteric. I'm going to go for Verteric. 1:22.8 for Verteric as he goes across the line. It looks as though Slammer is having issues still. Where is this? It's into turn 1. It is into turn 1. So he probably just stopped on the exit of the pits. Oh, big spin for Steven there. Can he... There we go. Grabs the reverse gear. Not back onto the track, please and thank you. Gets back off the line. And a safe re-entry for him. As Edin Hasanagic comes back across the line. And will go closer to within 1/10 of a second of the leader, but will remain second for the time being. Slammer, meanwhile, is parked, it looks like. We do have a helicopter camera as well, just to see where he is on the track. That is not a good place for the car to be stopped. Is this technical issues for the head of Exceed Racing? Difficult start to the night, perhaps. Technical issues plaguing the beautifully turned out orange car. Meanwhile, the drivers still circulating. 11 minutes left in this qualifying session still, which I'm sure the drivers are happy to have. Sergio Mario has set a 2 minutes 45 lap into the pits as well. Comes the prospective leader away from the line. Steven back out, running a little bit wide in that McLaren-esque car. Oh, it does look very pretty. I miss these cars. Even with the halos, they would look absolutely incredible. But this is the beauty of sim racing. We get to run these incredible monsters as they were intended. Whereas Antich in the lap, running the peculiar white variation of the Red Bull livery. All looking pretty safe and sound so far, but is 1.6 seconds off his previous best. Hasanagic back into the pits. Off screen. This could be... 1.6 seconds is enough that it could be an outlap, but it's not being counted as an outlap, which is odd. Oh, as he gets it all wrong. An almighty kick of oversteer for Antich. Will make it safely back into the embrace of the pit lane. As Matamoros has got it wrong as well in the second half of the lap. Has set. So will have made contact as well with the wall. Everybody once again dropping in to the pits, apart from Mirko Lesko, who is currently leading, will come to the line. He does not feel confident in his pole position. And on to another fast lap he will go with 9 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. What a noise! DRS open, and these cars do have the kinetic energy reserve system in, giving a set amount of boost for a certain amount of time. Much like the original 2013 regulations gave. You'll probably find that I'm not talking as much tonight as I was last time. Oh, these cars sound good. They sound really good. Just turned it up in the mixer so that I can hear it more as well. Oh, what an incredible noise. Just realised I'm probably not balancing my audio properly when I do that, but Sergio Mario does a representative lap time, 1 minute 21.8. He has an entire second to make up to the provisional pole sitter in the form of Mirko Lesko from what was an astonishing end to the race last time out at Monza. What a good lap. This is going to be a cool down lap for sure. Metanich right into the upper echelons with a 121.1 in that Force India liveried Formula 1 car. Even when they're on slow laps, they sound so angry. Antich will go on to a fast lap now. A second to make up to the leaders at this moment. Will stay with this lap as he circulates. Coming up to the first split. He is 4/10 off at the first split, so lots of... It looks like he's got understeer there. The car doesn't look stable. See how the steering inputs are. Yeah, that's... It looks as though he's having to steer the wheel a little bit more than what he would like as he drifts towards the outside. He could just be overdriving the car, trying to compensate. He will have some kind of split on his dashboard telling him that he's behind. This might be as far as he goes. Matamoros goes to 6th with a 121.899. That was Vedran Antic bailing on his lap as well. Mario Zaja with something to prove after his drive from the back of the grid last time out. It doesn't look as though it's going to be this time unless that split time is very broken. That split time could be very, very broken. As Ivan Diar goes to 4th with a 121.7, still 9/10 off the provisional pole sitter. But what does Zaja Mario have to say for that pole time? We will hopefully find out in about a minute and 20 seconds time. Brave line into turn 1. It works because of the banking and how wide the radius is on that turn 1. Oh, but a big kick of oversteer through turn 3. This Mugello circuit punishes the cars like nothing else. And you have to have such a calm hand and a calm foot on all of your inputs. On the brakes into the third chicane of the track. Only one more left-right to negotiate. Lovely wide line there. I think we'll soon find out what he has in terms of performance. Perhaps slightly outbraking himself there. Very sharp turning towards the apex. Good way to keep your speed up, however. He'll run through the hatchings and up to the line. Will go to 4th, but Lesko, Sanajic and Metanic fairly untouchable with their incredibly quick times in these very difficult, light, nimble cars that can be so difficult to drive. Looks like it's another one. I think Hasanagic has cried enough and will go no further. Mirko Lesko with that 120.841 is going to go for one more last ditch attempt. Where are the other cars on the track? Metanic is coming down to start his final warm-up lap. Who will be... Now, this is a question to know. With 2:27 to go, we're coming down to the point that the cars are not going to be able to do 2 to 3 more laps. So yeah, we're getting the drivers pitting now. They're going to put on a fresh set of tyres and go for that last ditch attempt. They know the grip levels on the track now. They know the grip that they have from the tyres, and now they just need to run the laps. Metanic will be the first to try and attempt to better his position. 3/10 to the leader, now being hunted down as well by what I can only assume to be Ivan Diar. 9/10 off though. That's not a lot of time around this lap. Lesko is out the pits as well. Actually, Lesko Where is Let's Go? It says he's not in the pit. He's not going to get around. So Let's Go, the first chink in the armour of the provisional pole sitter, he is not going to get round to start one more flying lap. Metanich, we know, is absolutely critically getting some heat into his tyres before he goes on to his final gambit. And this is where I was wondering, we're down to 30 seconds remaining as well as already. We know Metanich will get his lap. Hasanagic will go out as well. Who will be the last across the line? Will anybody be across the line? It looks as though it's going to be Metanich. Unless we get a car come across the line. That's it. So the laps that the drivers are on are the ones that they will finish. Rupi Torres has had a slow lap, it looks like. And will abort. Ivan Diar in the other white Red Bull livery car. Still getting a bit of a wiggle. I feel as though it's a bit late in the day to be doing that. Don't think he's going to go any quicker. Big cut over the inside as well. This is going to be an aborted lap, I think. No, he's trying to do a representative lap time. Mario Zaja in that bright yellow Jordan-esque livery. Can he take anything away? No, he has lost some time. Metanich then will come across the line unopposed to take pole position here at Mugello. And so, with a couple of minutes left to have a look through, it will be... Here we go. No? Well, that's frustrating. It will be Zen Metanich that leads away the field in a few moments' time. Mirko Lesko will be alongside. Edin Hasanagic will be first of the cars on the second row of the grid, with Zaja Mario, last race's ballistic missile, I think is the only way to put it, in fourth position and definitely in danger in the early stages to make some moves on the leading three. Vedran Antic will start in fifth position, with Ivan Diar from sixth. Fernando Matamoros will start from 7th, with Steven Vitaric in 8th. Rupi Torres will start from 9th, and the grid will be rounded out by Slammer. Ooh, is that Metanich in the pits? No, it's not. That's absolutely fine. I was terrified for a second then. A minute for the drivers to prepare. And turn your headsets down. I will issue a headset warning only once. As these 3-litre V8s get riled into life once more. And we revisit a track that never saw the action for these 2013 cars. And it really was a mistake. These narrow boy, as they were known, lightweight hypercars of the Formula 1 era, really relish this track. As the revs rise, we wait for the first of 29 laps here at the Mugello circuit. 3, 4, 5 lights come on. And we are away. Tremendous response from the leader. A big kick of oversteer for someone further down the field. They come down in towards turn 1 for the first time of asking. They are too wide as it is Maya that tries to go in through turn 1. One of the Red Bull likes has got it wrong on the outside. And that's Mario Zaja. Has got it all wrong. And a lot of oversteer as well. That could be cooked tyres for the time being. Mario then with a lot of work to do over the course of this race. The battle towards the head of the pack still raging on. It looks as though Metanic has gotten away quite handily, but Edin Hasanagic, who showed so much promise in the qualifying sessions, struggling down the 6th at the moment. Looks like where's the McLaren? That is Vitaric. Will get it all very wrong through the 3rd chicane. But the order as they conclude the first lap. Metanic leads, Antic a few seconds back, Matamoros in 3rd with Torres in 4th. Let's go 5th, Hasanagic 6th, Ivan Dr in 7th, Mario in 8th, Saja in 8th, sorry. 9th is Slammer and Vitaric in 10th. That looked to me like someone getting it all wrong. And Rube Torres again getting it all wrong at turn 1. These 2013 cars really are the kind that bite when you aren't giving them 100% attention. Battle over 2nd and 3rd coming down the far end of the circuit. It looks as though Metanic once again pulling away from the field, a class all of his own at this point in time. As Hasanagic and Ivan Dr come relatively close, Slammer falling behind Vitaric. 124.8 for the leader versus a 126, 125, 124.7 by Lesko. Mirko Lesko takes the fastest lap of the race so far with a 124.7. Loaded up with fuel, that is an incredibly quick time to be running in these cars. No wonder he's pulled out from Hasanagic and the fight between 4th, 5th and 6th. Looks like Hasanagic doesn't have to actively defend to keep Ivan Dr behind. By the looks of it, they're running close, but I think he's just about got Ivan in hand there. And again, Sergio Mario and Rupe Torres out in a battle on their own, separating up into little twins of a car that can maintain faster speed, but can't. Ooh, has Lesko made a mistake? He's fallen right back into the grasp of Hasanagic here. DRS will be enabled. As coming down into turn 1, it is Ivan Dr that has a look up the inside of Hasanagic, but it was just a peek in the mirrors for the fifth place driver knew that he wasn't going to make an attempt there. Not enough braking to be done. Oh, but the battle over second and third keeps getting close. As Sergio Mario starts to make his climb now back up the field from that horrible incident at turn 1. Or is it Torres that's carrying damage? Oh. I think there's damage on that Red Bull. Like, that was unfortunate for him. Back to this three-way fight over what is essentially 4th position. Rupe Torres will disconnect, unfortunately. Shame to lose him. I apologise, it's all going to get very loud for a second here. Give me a rear view. There we go. As it is Ivan Diar that dives on the inside of Hasanagic. A brave move that we saw telegraphed a lap before, but it's running way too hot into the first of the chicanes. And that is just about giving Lesko a breath of fresh air to be able to make it all happen. But Hasanagic comes back around the outside and retakes that place. Ivan Diar not able to hold on to that 5th position. Now Hasanagic with clean air in front. Can he make his own getaway towards the back of the 4th place car and maybe end up challenging for the position? Antic and Matamoros once again attached by a fairly short piece of string as they come through the tighter parts of the circuit. It could be that Antic is just running a little bit more wing than Matamoros. Other way around. So Matamoros with a little bit more wing than Antic in the tighter corners, just has a little bit more grip, but he comes up against and from the outside into turn 1. Matamoros gets it, but can he keep it? Antic gives him the space, but will have to yield his line on the exit as well. Matamoros was not clear, but thanks to that, he now is. Meanwhile, Metinic running in a league of his own. Up in the lead, 6 seconds to the good of anybody else, and I think about to pass Slammer, yes, who is now +1 lap. Now with a shoe on the other foot, what can Antic do to the might of Matamoros in that Force India like? Through the third of the chicanes, sorry. As Torres rejoins, it looks as though that was a hardware issue for Torres, and he wants to come back and play. Slammer +1. It looks like Slammer's got another one with technical issues, it looks like. And that really put the wrong tyres on. Oh, and this is Hasanagic now trying to get it back past, but Ivan Diar has DRS, unfortunately. So not able to. I may as well turn the DRS window off because it's not as though. Oh, big spin for Hasanagic, and that is massive damage on the front of the car. I don't think it's... Oh, as Ivan Diar is going to get it all wrong as well. I don't think that there's going to be any damage on that one, though. As everybody goes, no you sir, no you sir. So Hasanagic has just been given a potentially free pass on that 5th place. Can he close up the 5 seconds now to the back of Lesko? However, I don't know. But Lesko now is starting to pressure Matamoros. And Matamoros in turn is starting to close up to Antic. So is there a possibility that Antic has cooked his tyres and is beginning to fall back into the clutches of Matamoros? Out onto the straights once more. And Antic not using DRS. So perhaps it does work here. Or perhaps not. Big wiggle for Matamoros though. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it again because this is... The hunt goes on for Matamoros as he comes over and begins the descent into the valley once again. Full chat the whole way round. This is how a Formula 1 car should handle. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Oh, you don't get noises like that very often anymore. What an incredible race. And no matter what happens here, it's just wonderful to have these cars running at this track. It looks as though Antic got it a bit wrong there. That's an opportunity for Matamoros once again to get close within the dirty air spectrum, so he will start to lose all his downforce once again as he gets underneath the rear wing. Looks like he's keeping it under control at the moment. But the shock of the vacuum of this generation of Formula 1 car was not something to scoff at all. Different lines being taken. Matamoros happy to have the car drift out a little bit wider. Now he's going to have to press the attack if he's going to have that position from second place. Looks like Lesko is starting to fall back ever so slightly as well. DRS is open for Matamoros. It is not open for Antic. This is going to be a fairly easy job. But again, shoe on the other foot. Lap 10 of 29. There's plenty of... Oh, as Matamoros gets it all wrong. Massive twitch of oversteer. And will lose all of that progress that he's just made. That's the danger of DRS. You approach the corner with so much more speed and then suddenly have all of the downforce in the world. Throws off the balance of the car. So, down the rest of the fields, I think Torres is now a spectator. Slammer struggling with the setup that he's running in that McLaren lookalike. But Tarich too. Looking like this could actually be a fight for position that's not separated by too much. As into the pits coming for Tarich. Slammer stays out. This fight now between Matamoros and Lesko. Asseto has fallen a long way behind in the course of this race. Heartbreak for Ed in there. I think we should just run these cars. Oh man. They sound so much better. As these three, the fight that was over fourth becomes the fight over second as Antic, Lesko, Matamoros, who was undeniably faster, as they come down into Conteo? No, that doesn't sound right. In towards Bucine they come though. Wide lines being preferred. Keep the speed up as the Red Bull turns into the pits. Force India versus Blue Car. Force India has DRS. Can Matamoros prevent the mistakes of the last time round? Pulls back towards the centre of the lane. On the brakes. Has he got it slowed down enough? I look towards the second camera as if it was a different perspective. Gets it done this time. Not against the man he needed to. But proves that the pass can be made. And then tries to get it all wrong again in the second chicane. Slammer, it looks like, is falling back at a rate of knots. I think there may be something slightly more technical wrong with that 2013 car. Oh, it looks so good. But this is where conditions start to get a little bit different, as now Antic needs to try and make up as much speed as possible. As pitting into the pits comes Lesko. Big lockup. We'll follow Lesko to see how this goes. He's going to drive through me, isn't he? No, he's going to just stop beforehand. How long is this pit stop? Oh, a matter of seconds. That is no refueling. Thought I heard donuts happening. No. But critically, it is Antic out in front of... Where is he? No. Lesko has leapfrogged Antic during that pit stop phase. Lesko has the fresher tyres, but they will not be up to pressure just yet. This is the opportunity for Antic to strike, if he so pleases. A little bit wide from Vitaric there. And I think that is a lap down car as well. Standing in the way, I think that's Vitaric in front. Or perhaps just behind, in fact. Oh, these cars. Oh, big twitch of oversteer for Vitaric. And that gets him right out of the way of the race. Just not quite how we wanted to see. But he was in line to give DRS to Lesko. Antic gonna have to try and do it again. Goes up the inside this time, but definitely did not have the right to claim the place. And around the outside, Lesko will keep the place. Ooh. Lovely bit of lag there for Lesko. Oh, getting a big kick of oversteer. They're still pushing these cars tooth and nail. Matamoros, meanwhile, 25 seconds up ahead, has yet to make a pit stop. Now, this is going to be a very interesting fight. We've just seen how the fight between Lesko and Antic has played out. Is Matamoros waiting for a different opportunity to pull a different strategy? Mesnic into the pits. As Matamoros takes the lead of the race, if not temporarily. Where is this going to bring him out in relation to this battle? He's out of the pits. Still 10 seconds to the good of this battle over what might be second and third. If Matamoros can keep it all together and get some hot laps in this middle stint of the race, there is a possibility he could go very clear and only lose that second position. That's, of course, if these two haven't just made a significant amount of pace. Hasanagic goes fastest with a 1:24.6. The fuel beginning to burn off. I don't think I've seen Hasanagic in the pits for a scheduled stop either. Plenty of laps left to go until the end of the race. It looks as though Lesko just about has Antic covered. I say just about as Matamoros comes into the pits. Another key pit stop. We'll go to this camera. Here's the blue car. And Lesko. Matamoros is in the pits and rolling again. He is going to lose out the position 1. Position 2 is gone also. So Matamoros, having done all the hard work, is going to have to do it all over again. First, Antic, then Lesko. He has the tyres to do it, thanks to the extra 2-3 laps that he's done. But he's still got to put in the work, and this is not an easy track to overtake on outside of the DRS. You have to work very hard to make an overtake happen here. As I say, it's doable. It's very, very doable. I don't believe anyone that says anything otherwise. But it is very difficult. And now Antic with Matamoros right on the rear wing will have to think about going defensive. He hasn't got the DRS to drag him along on the back of Lesko. It could be a more sensible option to let Matamoros have the position. Fastest lap by Zen Mesnic, a 1:23. As the fuel burns off, it is Antic defensive. Matamoros straight up the outside, in on the brakes, goes wide, but keeps it on the track this time. And now, how quickly can Matamoros make the time up to Lesko in that second position? I don't know about V10s, but they need to have something like V8s back in this. It's just not the same anymore. A yellow flag for Slammer? Oh, looks like he's had an incident. Yeah, he's had an incident. Just got on the grass on the outside, trying to get out of the way of everyone else. McLaren handling about as difficultly as the real-life McLaren handles at the moment, it looks like. as Matamoros is starting to now pull away from Antic behind him and starting to hunt down, just beginning to hunt down. Antic is using the DRS wisely to drag him up behind Matamoros. He doesn't need to necessarily pass, he just needs to be within touching distance to get that DRS to drag him up to the back of Lesko. Brilliant tactical driving by Zedon. That was not, though. Who was that in the... Wasn't Lesko. Definitely wasn't Metanich. Is it Matamoros? No, Matamoros has had an incident, though. Again, all of that hard work by Matamoros, arguably one of the faster drivers on the track, and just not able to capitalize because of tiny mistakes. Vataric into the pits. Ivan Diar into the pits as well. And out again. Good to see. It would have been Ivan Diar that had that accident that we just about saw, then I would suggest. Mario Zaja with the Jordan lookalike. Mirko Lesko with a 1:23.7, bringing it to the leader now. The gap's under 10 seconds. This second stint of the race, perhaps being able to get the tyres brought up a little bit better than before. That gap is slowly coming down between Metanich and Lesko. Meanwhile, Hasanagic and Zaja Mario having to fight over the scraps of 5th and 6th for the time being. Just about able to hold on at the moment. Looks like Hasanagic can, but what can he do against the might of DRS? He's already got the traction. Before he's even got as far as the DRS window. Pulls out from alongside. This could be a concrete position made for Zaja here. It looks as though Hasanagic doesn't have an answer into turn 1, but it will be the boot on the other foot next time around. If Hasanagic can stay within touching distance of Zaja here, there's every possibility that there could be significant progress made up towards the back of Matamoros for 4th position. That was an almighty lap by Lesko to pull that 1:23, I think it was 1:23.7. Timing screens are not something that we are able to use much of at the moment. Nine laps remaining then. And hopefully no more errors. Part of the reason why we're running this second test race. We want everything to be perfect when we take on this for real. Mario Zaja, fastest lap, 1:22.818. The yellow car proves to be fastest at this stage of the race. Meanwhile, it is Matamoros back up with Vedran Antic. That's a mistake by Metanich. Then Metanich, who has led the race for so long, I think, yep, that is a mistake for Metanich, I would suggest, in the final sector. Only just happened as Matamoros now hunting down, so the pass for the lead has taken place already. Metanich perhaps taking too much out of his tyres. But now, the battle over 3rd position comes through Sector 1. Slammer getting right out of the way very kindly. Through the second chicane they come. Little kink of defensive driving from Vedran Antic there. All fair so far as Matamoros tries to get out of the dirty air. Mario sets the fastest lap of 1:22.7. Setting qualifying lap times here in that 5th position. He wants to be in this fight. He wants to be looking at podium positions. It just looks as though Matamoros is getting up behind Antic here and is not able to do anything. He's possibly waiting for the DRS window, as the detection line will be around here. Well within the second marker. What can Matamoros do? Oh, into the pits for Antic. I was not expecting that. Antic into the pits. What has caused... What is Antic doing with 5 laps to go? That's really upsetting. I can't believe... so Antic is out again. But now... in the company of Vitaric, I would suggest, yeah. So the car is a lap down and will probably try and stay as far out of the way as possible. I wonder if he had the space and just wanted a new set of tyres. But he's not going to make up the time. This could be a bid for fastest lap by Vedran Antic. We'll see what he can do in the dying moments of the race, as Metanic does a 1:22.9. The speed hasn't fallen out of that car yet, but Mirko Lesko leads the way. Who was that just had a spin? I heard someone recovering. It was Ivan Diar. Nope. Sorry, Steven Vitaric having a wee mishap. What we need now is a lovely safety car to bunch them all up for the final 5 laps. We believe in competition cautions, don't we? Of course not. Let's see then, coming into the final moments of the race now. Where is the fight going to be? It looks as though Metanic is closing up once again to the back of Lesko. 1:23.716 versus a 1:23.049. So Metanic is reeling back in the leader. Good composure to be able to get back on the pace, but he nearly makes another mistake on the exit of turn 3. Through the second chicane again they come. Waiting for that number to tick down to a second. There's just so much confidence in the car here. I think he's going to be within a second by the time he gets to the end of the lap. Big switch from Lesko. That's going to hurt his time, and that's where it comes. Down under a second and nose to tail immediately. And now the fight for P1 comes round into the final corner. Lesko goes defensive. Metanic doesn't mind. Will go around the outside. And have DRS. They come on to the straight. Let's have a listen. DRS wide open. Can't make it happen this time. Will it happen on the brakes? No. Acres of traction for Metternich, though. As they come up to the slow McLaren, it looks as though Slammer is having a night to forget. Now the gap's gone out ever so slightly. Lesko against Metternich. Metternich not able to stay with Lesko in the faster corners. That will be because of the dirty air, but maybe there's less wing on Metternich, which is why he was able to open up such a lead. Oh, and that was a twitch of oversteer again for Lesko. Into the final corner. Again they come. A lot closer again for Metternich. Metternich now able to hunt down the apex. Over the rear wing, we see the DRS open. Lesko goes defensive. But what can you do against the mighty DRS? Grass on the outside for Metternich. Can he get it stopped into turn 1? Into the apex. And away we go for Zen Metternich. What a race. As the gap immediately opens up to 1.4 seconds. I think that Lesko's used up all of his tyres. And this was the play that Antich was going for, I think, was to get the fresh tyres on and see if he can make a dent in that lead. It doesn't seem to have worked out for the time being, though. I kind of miss having Ed in the box here. He would be able to look around the rest of the grid and give us information as to what else was going on. But my goodness, seeing these cars run on full slicks is excellent. Zen Metternich with a 1:22.208 goes fastest of all on his first lap in clear air in quite a few laps. And what a race it has been, filled with thrills and spills up and down the timing screens. As we have a commentator coming up to say hi as well. Blue flags waving. Oh, as Vitaric gets it all wrong. This could be problems. That was very well avoided for Steven there. Looks like he just about got it back. There we go. Masterful recovery there, but no one, I don't think, unless Metternich makes an error in these remaining laps, I don't think that we're going to see anything more. The gap has gone out to Lesko to 5 seconds in just a matter of laps. Who's that? It's a Sanajit, Ivan DR, sorry. Another driver so quick in the early stages, just not able to capitalize on what is a very old and probably alien platform. Really unfortunate there. I think, yep, it is. Lesko definitely doesn't have any tyres left. He's being so careful. This could be a second place for Matamoros. Is there blood in the water from that blue car? Is 1 lap remaining, but it has come down so much already. Or in reality, Lesko has fallen back so much. 1 minute 28. This could be on. This could be Matamoros on for a second position. 5 seconds the gap between the two. I think if Matamoros reaches Lesko, there's going to be nothing left for Lesko to fight with. All Matamoros needs to do is keep it on the track and negotiate a lap down car, I think. Yep. Of Ivan DR. We stay with Lesko for a moment. I don't think Matamoros is going to do it, unfortunately. He's used up too much time getting past Ivan DR. Meanwhile, as he rounds the final corner, Zen Mesenic can, in the end, cruise to victory. Big kick of oversteer. Perhaps that was what was caused the issue during the middle of the race. But in the end, he proves supreme as Zen Mesenic wins. As Edin Hasanagic takes the fastest lap of the race on his penultimate lap, as if to remind everyone how fast he could have been given the opportunity. Mirko Lesko will finish in second position. Fernando Matamoros will end up in third in the end. Wasn't able to make the position, but will now take that. Fourth will be Antic. Fifth will be Zaja Mario. Seventh will be Edin Hasanagic. Ivan DR will come home in 7th. 8th will be Steven Vitaric. Slammer will finish in 9th. And Rupe Torres with a night to forget, I think, will come home last of all. A couple of retirements. Really unfortunate there. But Edin will be the final car to come across the line. But will he be fastest of all? Not on this lap, he won't. Not on this lap, he won't. But the track falls silent, and we wait to see if anybody decides that they want to come and talk to me. Everybody jumped in Discord tonight, pre-race, and it was very nice to have everyone around. But our technical issues from last time have very much been alleviated. And first into the com box, I grabbed my co-commentator, who I've now had significant more practice using your surname. So, Edin Hasanagic.
Oh my god, you messed it up again.
Did I?
Oh, yeah, you're just embarrassing yourself at this point,
Hasanagic.
Yes.
There we go. I'm sorry, I pronounced it right the first time and then was like, wait, no, hang on. Cool. I got the rest of the tempo's good though. That's the key part.
Yep.
Cool.
How was the race from your point of view? Like,
I was so disappointed to not see you fighting for the lead.
Well, what happened at the beginning is Mario Jaya and Mirko had a contact, and I was just right behind them, so I couldn't avoid them. So I had a front wing damage, and it was all downhill from.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. But you did get your own back on the rest of the grid. Second to last lap, fastest lap of the race.
That's exactly my plan. I saw that we had 2 or 3 laps left, and everyone was way too ahead. I was like, fuck it, let's just get an extra point. I mean, it's a single race event, but I was like, yeah, well, at least I have something, you know.
You've got to have take something away from the
Right,
race.
right,
Absolutely,
right.
no, I totally agree with you.
Yep.
But
So I gave it all, everything on that one set, on that one lap as well,
and you got it.
and yeah,
So
yep.
it was worth it in the end. Did you know that was what was possible? That you were going to be able to get the fastest lap, or was it still a bit of
Deep inside of myself, I felt that I can do it. Like,
well,
but how was the rest of the race?
it was
I
lonely
couldn't
without
see.
you.
Was it? Yeah, I believe it.
It was lonely without you. No, I missed my second viewpoint as well. Because there was a lot of DRS passes, much like real life. There was a lot of DRS passes. There was a lot of people not getting the traction off of corners, and that's what led to the pass being made. It's a hot lapper's dream, is Mugello. I think.
Yeah, I would say so. And also, I wanted to play it safe, and I had the high downforce setup. And no matter how quick I was on the first and second sector, I would just lose it all on the main straight because that main straight is so freaking long.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We do have. We will have more drivers coming to say hi to us tonight. This is going to be awesome. I love doing post-race interviews. It just makes me more jealous that I wasn't driving. You should see the grin on my face. There were times during the stream where I was just stopping and appreciating the amount of noise that coming from those V8s. It's absolutely wonderful. Was it as good to drive as it was to listen to?
It's phenomenal car. Like, honestly, the sound, the immersion that you have with this car, it's wonderful to drive, honestly.
Yeah. Yep. I thought
Right.
so.
Are we gonna move the race winner in the commentary box, Ike?
Yeah. Can I do that? Oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah. Give me. Yep.
So, the race winner, and my goodness, you did it the hard way, Zen Mesenic. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we were watching because Mirko was hunting you down in a big way, which is something that we hadn't seen over the early stages of the race. What was it that meant that he made the pass? Did you get it wrong in the last corner?
Yeah, I wanted to push a bit to create a gap, and then I spun, and I don't know. I just keep making donuts. I left off the gas, and the car went making donuts. So I think three donuts or something I made, and then he passed me, and then took a few laps to get him back. It was actually a nice battle. I had to push for that. Then I had the slipstream and DRS, and I thought let's have this fastest lap, but then adding just knocked it off in the last few laps. So
small victory from me.
We just found out from Edin that he did do that very specifically to take that from the race.
Yeah, I know that.
Cool.
Well, I was hoping to fight for the podium, but unfortunately, with all that happened, I as I said, I had to take at least that small victory with the fastest lap.
Yeah, of course.
And then my tires were gone, so just cruising home.
Yeah. Well, it looks as though you were able to, as Mirko did take it out of his tires way more.
Yeah, I think so in the beginning. I had a bit more left on the end.
Yeah. But
so it was quickly a few seconds. But it was fun car actually.
Yeah, absolutely did it the hard way. But a win is a win is a win. And you hopefully be able to take that into the season proper. I hope so. How does the 2013 car compare to the 2022 car?
Setup wise, it's actually the same for me. So I just set up the car just like I do on the newest car, and that worked with some slight changes. But I think it's of course the top speed and the downforce. This is more you can feel it's on the wings.
Yeah, Yeah. But
So
so is there? Do you prefer the 2013 formula or the 2022?
2022.
Oh my! I wasn't expecting that answer.
No, why?
I am. I've always been an aero kind of person. I like to have a car that dances, and I don't think that the 2022 cars do that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The 2013 one snaps a lot, and you always have to be 100% focused. There was a
That's
few
it.
moments in the race where I just glanced over to look at the timesheet or how far away Mario Jaya was in front of me, and I started losing the car. I was like, shit, I have to keep the focus on.
I was gonna say there's only one place that you can do that on the lap, and that's on the start finish straight round here. There's no there's you put so much work in when you're driving this track as well.
For me personally, what Edin said is the other way around with the cars.
Oh really?
Yeah, this one for me is easier to drive. I mean, this is more. I feel like this is more eco, and with the new ground effect cars, you can really make a difference on how you turn in and just the technique.
Oh, okay.
I think this is more like regular overall. Suits for everyone, but that's how I feel. I don't know.
No, that's fair. We're all driving different ways, so there is there is that to add to all of it. But nonetheless, Zen, it was wonderful to have you in the combox. It's wonderful to speak to you, and congratulations on taking the win.
Thank you.
We're going to speak next. Oh, go on.
Yeah, thanks for setting this fundraiser up. Well, it was okay. It was nice.
Yeah, no, it's really good fun. It's fun being here as well. But we're going to talk next to the man who finished second and, in the dying moments, almost finished third. I'll say it's lovely to speak to you, Zen. We'll hopefully see you next time. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good evening, mate. Mirko Lesko. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, because that's going to be really embarrassing otherwise.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's okay.
Oh no! How am I getting it wrong?
No, I'm not sure if you're able to pronounce correctly. It's Mirko Leško. So.
Oh, Leško. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, that's fair enough, and that's absolutely fine. I'm unfortunately the different dialects and languages. I can only read what my pleb English brain can understand. But Mirko, it was a very difficult fight tonight for yourself. It looked as though you were struggling for tyres in the closing stages. How worried were you that Fernando was going to get you in the end?
Well, to be honest, I knew it would be close because I had experience with Fernando a few races, so he's really a good driver. So, I was aware that my pace will really drop down significantly last two laps because I was completely, now my tires were gone completely.
Yeah.
Most probably the reason is because I couldn't stay much more longer, at least 1 or 2 laps on the first stint, because of the incident on the first corner. So yeah, I stuck behind. I think it was Vedran and Fernando. So yeah, if I managed to keep the position at the start and to keep the second place, get a free air, because then would go further away from me, that would be for sure.
Yep.
Then maybe I could get 1 or 2 laps more on the mediums. On the mediums, and then I would not have these troubles at the end. But even it was like a couple of percentage rear left was really critical, but still the car was feeling quite good. Still, not sliding too much, but I had to be much more careful than lap
Mirko,
lap
can you
25
can you,
and 26.
can you tell us lap one incident with Mario Jaya from your point of view? What happened there?
I don't know. I don't know even who it was until you said now. But yeah,
Yeah, Mario was under impression that you maybe snapped inside of the line too quickly.
yeah. Well, I was going a little bit more to the outside just to prevent any kind of contacts with Zen, because I saw he is going on the inside. So yeah, I think that the contact was really in the early stage of the apex, so I really couldn't do anything. Just I'm quite I'm quite happy how did my recovery.
Did you have any damage? That was my next question.
Yeah. There was slight damage. I didn't notice the damage immediately, but when I went to the pit stop, I put to repair the body, and not too much, but for sure
Enough.
slight damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said
Seems like I lost the most, like in this incident. I wasn't
Yeah.
even involved initially, and I had the most damage, at least with my front wing.
That's-
But it is what it is.
that sounds right. That sounds right. You said about the dirty air. Talk us through how these 2013 cars handle dirty air, and how much you feel the difference, and just talk us through that for people who'll be watching.
Well, usually I'm the guy who really likes to drive much more the, let's say, classic historic cars than those moderns. Especially now these 2022 cars, yeah, I really cannot find the pace. I cannot, get along with the car. So 2013 and even 2000, 2000 and 2004, it's much more drivable for me and much more fun.
Yeah. It looked as though you were having fun today, even on the
Yeah.
on the thoroughly burnt out tires that you were running in the end. It looks as though you were in your element. But
Yeah, definitely. So usually my pace with all these guys in 2022 car, it's like 8 to 12 position. That would be my realistic position with all those same people on the grid. So yeah, I'm really glad we organized this special event with 2013 car, because it's really amazing car.
yeah, 100%. The other thing as well I was going to say is we'll have to work some magic and see if we can get the 2022 car handling a bit more like these for you.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. That would be really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nonetheless-
I don't think we have.
No, we don't. We
was
don't.
it Fernando for the P3?
No, we don't. No, it's absolutely fine. It's entirely optional. It's just, as I say, I am still a racing driver. I still drive. I love to have the driver's perspectives, because I think it adds so much more to the broadcasts, and it adds so much more. I hope that, Mirko, you can back me up on this. It adds more to the legitimacy of it from your perspective as well, to have that debriefing kind of thing from the race, to be able to talk through it with someone and have it documented. It changes the atmosphere, doesn't it?
Absolutely, I agree 100%. And yeah, I really hope from also from your perspective, the race was good, and I'm quite sure there was a lot of things to cover, and nice battles. I know also in the early stage of the race there was really tough racing between Vedran and Fernando. I was sitting on the third and, and waiting what will happen. So yeah, I really hope you also enjoyed, and our viewers also enjoyed the race.
From the commentators' booth, it was excellent from start to finish. We unfortunately weren't able to catch that first corner incident. but the fights that you had through the course of the race, you were on camera more than most. I think you really got into the thick of it tonight, and I'm glad that it was as much fun for you to drive as it was to watch. But
Yeah, definitely. It was really fun.
Mirko, thank you very much for joining us in the Combox. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and we'll speak to you next time. All right.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a good
Cheers,
evening, man.
Bye.
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 And so, with my co-commentator back, this all feels a lot more natural, doesn't it?
I'm kind of saddened by the fact that we didn't have more drivers, but this is always the case with these fun races. People here come for the F22 car, and that's what they want to drive in. So hopefully by tomorrow we're going to have all the teams and drivers sorted, so we can start next Sunday. And, we'll have a few more next week, hopefully.
What a terrifying prospect to have over 20 Formula 1 cars on the grid. Is this we're still proceeding with the calendar as it was, so the dates that we have here, we essentially add a week to them, and we end up with the race calendar as it will run. So Bahrain is where we'll be going next week, which is a challenging track in a well-sorted car. In the 2022 cars, which are approaching a ton, they're going to be a challenge to wrangle around.
Yeah, so many corners where you can lose traction, you can lose your couple of high-speed corners where you can lose your rear wing. You really have to be careful on the throttle, and obviously with your driving style, you have to take care, especially in hard tires on a car full of fuel. It's easy to drive with empty car, but the race is where it's challenging.
Yep, absolutely. And then for the rest of the calendar, we will be visiting the Austrian hills at the Red Bull Ring. We go to Australia for round 3, Imola in the Italian hills for round 4, Spa in the Ardennes for round 5, Spain we will be going to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for round 6, back to the Ardennes Forest for the Nürburgring, and finally wrapping up the series at Istanbul. And an interesting place to end is in Istanbul. Another one of those tracks where the drivers prefer it to to any other.
Honestly, because of we drove in Istanbul last season around, and it was just like, oh, where are we gonna drive? And someone just gave an idea. Okay, let's try Turkey. No, we never raced there, so we gave it a try, and we had a blast. Like, it was such a fun race to drive. And we loved it since.
It'll be an appropriate place to round out the season, and hopefully we will see you for every stage of the way. So from my commentator and part-time racing driver and myself, let us bid you all a very good evening, and hopefully we'll speak to you next week. Have a very good evening. Goodbye.